Hi, thanks for joining me today. I'm Lisa Delp from GDI Partners, and I'm here to share some information that will help you improve DoD resource access and engagement. GDI helps communities grow by improving connection between companies with innovative solutions and the funding and resources of the Department of Defense. We do this through the Triad program, which provides education and advocacy to innovators with DoD relevant technology solutions. The things I want to talk about today are key things that you can do to improve your interactions with the DoD. I'm going to talk about doing research and aligning your solutions to existing problems, identifying the resources that best meet your needs, using a common language to help you communicate your solution, how to share information in a familiar format, and actively engage with the right people. So if you think about it, it's right information, right format, right people. Each year, the DoD releases information about their challenges and needs in a variety of ways. Everything through web postings, challenges, broad agency announcements for SBIRs, presentations given at community meetings like this, or large innovation summits, or things like the U.S. Combatant Command Common Capability Needs List. So the Common Needs List is an eye chart of detailed and sometimes cryptic descriptions of what the DoD really wants. For those in the Medtech community, you're looking for the roll-up category, force protection and medical. Along the top margin of the Common Needs List, you'll see the acronym for specific commands, and you'll see that roll-up category, in this case, force protection and medical/medical. Those requirements will help point to you to the organization that really cares about your technology and is interested in finding a solution to an existing problem. One of the challenges that U.S. Central Command is facing is that they need to extend the golden hour, provide remote medical care in austere environments, and automate medical care and medical monitoring during patient transport via unmanned systems. Now, any number of innovations could meet that need or could play a part in meeting that need. It could be a sensor, it could be an unmanned vehicle, could be an on-body monitoring device, or some software that enables one or more of those things to function or function together. What this list and others really tells you is that DoD has problems they need to solve, and they're looking to the business community to help them find those solutions. Another list comes from the Office of the Secretary of Defense. They call this their technology areas of interest, and for them, it's not force protection and medical; it's soldier survival. So you see things, patient warming systems, blood pumps, portable labs, portable shelters. These may be the things that special operations forces are carrying on their backs, our combat medics are putting in their packs, or surgical centers are using in field hospitals. The interesting thing about this list is that it includes information about the requesting organization. It could include specifications about weight, size, power requirements, may provide some very detailed use cases in order to evaluate the efficacy of a given solution. So it may say it needs to operate in a hot environment or a dry environment or underwater or in the desert, but it may give those kinds of clues. So you may get a lot more detail with this than you get with the force protection and medical category that you find in the Common Needs List. Another list comes from U.S. Army Medical Research and Development Command, U.S. AMRDEC. They provide this information about what they're looking for, and as you can see, they've got a lot of money to spend. They're leading with the money, the research areas, and they're even talking about the way that they award funds. The thing in all of these examples, and that you will find across the board as you're looking for opportunities, you're looking for resources, is that the common theme is there is no common theme. Everybody does it differently, and it's up to us as entrepreneurs to figure out where to find the opportunities and how to decipher the DoD code. I'm going to help some with that today. Two really good sources of information, just broad general information: the Defense Innovation Marketplace, centralized source for DoD science and technology information, acquisitions information, financial information. I've provided the link here. Another is the Defense Technical Information Center, or DTIC. DTIC is a repository for research and engineering information. You will find information about funded proposals, different technologies that have been tested and tried, white papers, lots and lots of information there, lots of information from the various combatant command branches and agencies that talk about their needs and their requirements. So I've provided that information for you here as well. Resources that we're familiar with, common resources I think everybody's heard about, the SBIR program from the Small Business Administration, so Small Business Innovative Research, and the STTR, Small Business Technology Transfer Program. The STTR program applies to entrepreneurs working with an academic institution. The academic has to be a partner in that. The SBIR program is just for small businesses. But these programs can fund a lot of things to help your business grow. It can be development for new technology, development of further development of existing technology, something to help you bring your technology to market, get through the commercialization process, get through the testing process. But those things can be leveraged in a lot of interesting ways. So 11 federal agencies currently have SBIR programs and 7 have STTR programs. DoD has both, and historically they have had the largest overall budget for their programs. As said, these funds can be used for a variety of things. You can improve existing technology, add new features, add new benefits, grow your customer base, leverage those between agencies. You can have 3 active SIGRs at one time. So you may be able to work with Army, Navy, and Air Force, may be able to help them develop a truck. Army can pay for the transmission, Navy can pay for the chassis, and Air Force can pay for the motor. You can't double dip. You can't have the same SIGR paying for the same thing from multiple agencies, but you can leverage one against the other and develop something that more than one organization needs. And in fact, Congress likes to see that. Congress has oversight over a lot of these programs and very interested in the outcomes. And they want to ensure that the money that they're spending is not being siloed in one organization or one branch, but that multiple benefit can occur from this, not only for the DoD, but for the civilian population. So funding your technology development under a SIGR doesn't mean you're going to lose your intellectual property, doesn't mean you're going to lose the opportunity to sell that in the commercial market. In fact, they're understanding economies of scale in the DoD now, and they're understanding that, gee, it makes a lot more sense if I can buy replacement parts from the master car catalog, and if I have to have replacement parts engineered specifically for me. So they're not a threat to your IP. They're not a threat to your ability to commercialize your technology and sell it in the open market. So investigate these opportunities and be thoughtful about that, and be upfront about your desire to sell in the commercial market and expand your market share with the DoD. Demonstration opportunities are a great resource for you. Don't just think about money when you're thinking about resources. It's never just about the money. It's never just about the money. It's about the things that money can get you and the things that you need to move forward. And some of those things you can get for free from the Department of Defense, from federal agencies. Demonstration opportunities are available to you. One of the best that we've seen is Operation Tech Warrior Ops, that happens at Wright-Patterson right here in Ohio. And so through Tech Warrior Ops, you can actually meet end users who care about your technology solution, who want to take your technology solution, play with it, see if they can break it, see if they can help you improve it, provide feedback to it. So this is your customer discovery. This is your customer research. And you don't have to spend money other than your travel, other than your lodging, your food, to participate in Tech Warrior Ops. Tech Warrior Ops happens a couple of times a year. They put out an announcement that registration is open. You put in a short proposal and they let you know if you're going to be accepted, and then they go out and find the end users for you. So keep watching for that. Google Tech Warrior Ops, find the website, watch for open registration on that, and be part of something that really can be helpful to your business. You can also get access to subject matter experts, people that you wouldn't be able to hire necessarily, even if you have all that money, but people who understand the need, understand what's going on inside, maybe understand how things are done inside in a way that you don't. So you can access those people through the DoD. Federal laboratory system, we pay for that through taxes. Those labs can be made available to civilian businesses. So if there's a test that you need to run that you don't have the lab facility to perform, don't think first about building that facility. Think first about who has that facility and where you may be able to use a facility. And in the meantime, you're building relationships with these people. You're building relationships with people on the inside of the fence. So look into that. Be open to that idea. If you're going to manufacture a product, if your product needs to be made and you've never manufactured anything, or you are a small manufacturer that needs to expand, then the NIST, National Institute of Standards and Technologies, Manufacturing Extension Partnership can help you. They provide no-cost, low-cost services to the manufacturing community in the United States. There is a NIST center in every state. The URL is on the slide. Look them up. Find out who's in the area. In the Dayton area, it's Texol. The Ohio Center is through the Ohio Department of Development. Check them out, see what they can do for you, see how they can help. They can provide service in cybersecurity and human resources and moving your technology, your manufacturing operations from state of good practice to state of the art. So reach out to them and find out how they can help the business grow. Another great resource, also free, procurement technical assistance centers. If you want to take money from the federal government, if you want a grant, you want an SBIR award, you want a contract, you need to be registered in the SAM system. SAM is the system for award management. You must be registered in SAM to take money from the government. Medtech can help you do that. They can help you get through the process. They can help you learn the contracting ropes. They don't charge that. If you're asked by someone to pay to register in the SAM system, find someone else to talk to because that is free. There is no charge for you to register in SAM. Reach out to PTAC, get their help on this. Really important. And in fact, some organizations, when they ask you to apply for their funding, they ask you to provide proof that you are in fact registered in SAM. So reach out to those resources. And again, it's not about money. It's about help. It's about people. It's about expertise. So tap into those things where they're available to you. So we all have our own language. English, Spanish, Russian, Chinese, whatever that is. We also have our business language. We have our industry language. We have our academic language. The DoD has their language. We have to find common ground in order to communicate. You don't have to be fluent in DoD, but you need to be conversant. You need to be polite. You need to understand what titles mean, what rank means. You need to understand how to address people. You need to understand how to share information and what the right format is. You need to familiarize yourself with the people in the organizations and the units that may use your technology or that you may want to engage with. Understand who they are and what they do. It's beyond common courtesy. It's good business practice, and it's going to help you move your technology forward. Communicate your ideas in a way that people understand. I'm sure your technology is brilliant, but they don't need to know the details of the technology. They need to know what problem does it solve, how does it solve it, who does it solve it for. And in fact, telling them in a way that they can retain, they can process, and they can remember is to your advantage, because then they can share it with other people. They can walk to the next cube and say, hey, I just heard about this really great technology. It does this, this, and this. They're not going to remember the code. They're not going to remember the material specifications. They're not going to remember the chemical formula, but they can remember that it solves a problem and who it solves it for. So use basic language to communicate with them and help yourself out with that. If there's a funding opportunity that you're interested in, the very first thing to do, read the RFP. Read the RFP. Understand what they're asking for, so you make sure you're a fit. Understand who's eligible, so you make sure you're a fit. Understand what the parameters are. Understand what the timing is. That information is so important. Writing your proposal against their specifications can be a differentiator. You can have the best technology in the world, but if you write a really poor proposal, someone who isn't half as gifted technologically as you are could win that money. Pay attention. If they say dot the i's twice, dot the i's twice. If they say a 12-point font, don't do a 14. Do the things that they tell you to do. There's a reason that they ask for that. Just accept it and do that. So read everything that they give you. Make sure you understand. If you don't understand, ask questions. It's not a sign of weakness. It's just a sign of ignorance, and ignorance can be cured. You just need to be educated a little bit. Ask them what they mean. If they use an acronym that you don't understand, say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that. What do you mean by that? What does that stand for? They'll tell you, and then you can go on, and you're a little bit better educated, and you're communicating better, and you're more on equal footing. So share information with them in a familiar format. The bluff, the bottom line up front statement. It's an elevator pitch. That's what we call it in the outside world. They call it the bluff on the inside world. And some people may call it something different than that. The bluff is 5 or 6 sentences, defines the problem, relates it to a requirement, identifies the impacted user group, speaks to why that user group needs the solution, and it tells how DoD can benefit from your solution, your technology, your innovation. And it gives them the value for that in terms that make sense to them and that resonate with them. It provides increased safety. It saves money. It saves time. It shortens the logistics tail, which means they don't have to ship as many, don't have to ship as often, don't have to ship as far. It's lighter weight, greater efficiency, whatever those things are. The important attributes. It doesn't have to be long. And 6 sentences doesn't mean 6 3-line sentences with semicolons in between and all of that, compound sentences and stuff. Simple, 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 simple. Short, shareable. You want the guy in the next to you to understand it. The other popular document that you'll see or format that you'll see is a flowchart chart. I've seen a lot of agencies use them. They have their own spin on them. They almost always come out different from the last one that you saw. This is the one that we use for the Triad program. All this is bulleted lists of information in specific categories so that the reader knows, if I want to know the capabilities, this is the square I go to. If I want to know who uses it or who needs it, this is the square I go to. Short, simple information. This is even less than an outline, but it's very, very targeted and very important. So this and your bluff, you send that to someone you're trying to communicate with, you're going to rise above the noise in the first place. They're getting hundreds of emails, hundreds of pieces of communication material, and you've just sent them 2 things that tell them exactly why they need to talk to you. So use a format that's familiar, use a format that works for them. Actively engaging with the right person. Talking to a receptionist, talking to a public information officer, no matter how good they are at their jobs, and they are, is not necessarily going to get you where you need to go. You need to talk to the right people. You need to ask the right questions of the right people. The Triad program, we work with Science and Technology Scouts. The Scouts, S&T Scouts are in all agencies and all branches and 3-letter organizations, FBI, Homeland Security, CIA, Office of the Secretary of Defense. Pick a spot, there's probably a Science and Technology Scout there. Their job is to go out in the community and find solutions to problems. That's it. That's all they do. They don't buy them. They don't contract for them. They have no purchasing authority. They have no contracting authority. They have no check signing authority, but they are connected to all of the people who have those capabilities. And they want to meet you, and you really need to meet them. They're a fabulous connector. But not only are they well connected, these folks are former military. They've been boots on the ground and butts in the seats. They know why things work and why they don't. They know what problems they have with various aircraft or vehicles or problems that they've had in the field, and they've experienced them firsthand. They've been in leadership roles. They've been in follower roles. They've been on the water. under the water, in the air. And so their expertise can really help you articulate that solution and understand that problem. They're very accessible. You'll see them in trade shows and academic sessions and innovation summits and events like this. They're very approachable because their focus is on finding solutions to benefit the warfighter, to make the warfighter safer, more comfortable, more efficient, and better able to execute their mission goals. They have extremely large networks, hundreds, some of them thousands of people in their network who care about new technology solutions. And they will make introductions for you to those people, credible introductions to people who really can change the trajectory of your technology path. And they are constantly searching for new products, new solutions, new ways to help the warfighter. And for them, the warfighter is a whole lot of people. It's not just somebody in combat. It's somebody in an office. It's somebody maintaining a vehicle. It's a retired veteran who was injured in combat. So it's a lot of different kinds of people that make up that warfighter. But these people, these scouts, care about all of those folks, and they care about finding solutions to problems, and they really want to talk to you. So make sure that when you meet them, when you have that opportunity, you know what to say and how to say it. So all of these things I've been talking about, do they work? Yeah, they do. So I've given you a case study. So this comes out of the Triad program. This was an actual client of ours back in 2018. They were a 12-year-old company. They had existing DoD connections, but they really hadn't made a lot of progress in that area. They had never received DoD resources. They'd never received funding. They worked with us, fine-tuned what the problem was that they were actually solving, how that related to the DoD, why it was important. They worked on their communication, developed quad charts, developed bluffs, learned to talk about their tech in a way that really resonated with potential users and funders inside the DoD. They met with Science and Technology Scouts, other interested parties, the right people to talk about their technology, got introductions, got connections to other people that cared. So that networking that we love to do as entrepreneurs. They found demonstration opportunities. They actually demoed at Operation Tech Warrior, did really well there. Had some people walk up and say, hey, we'd like to give you money. And they went on to secure funding and develop other parts. They didn't have to go and do something different. A lot of the things that they got, a lot of the help that they got early on was not about the money. It was about the connections and the networking. But over the 12-month period that they were kind of in this phase, they raised almost $4 million. And all but 1.5 of that was non-dilutive funding, so awards, so grant money that was given to them. Really made a difference in their business and in the success of their program going forward. So I've talked about Triad a lot. I'm going to give you just a little snippet of that before we wrap up. We're a 12-month education and advocacy program. Our task is to help you connect to warfighters and warfighters connect to you. My partner and I, Tracy Bettinger, who's not with us today, have family members that have served, and the warfighter for us is a very real person, as it is, I'm sure, to most of you. And so we want to make sure that we help the warfighter, and for us, helping the warfighter is helping you and helping you make connections. So we work towards that. We work towards helping our companies make those connections, help increase the awareness between the two. So help our companies shine for the DoD, show them their technology, show them their solutions. And we help the DoD make companies aware of opportunities, challenges from groups like AFWorks, or information and technology demonstration opportunities from Tech Warrior. We help to leverage existing funding just by that awareness, sharing. This company got an SBIR and they're making the chassis for a Navy truck, and they'd really love to have an SBIR to make the motor and give Army access to that truck. We host pitch sessions. We host two a year, so the next one will be in April. And in those pitch sessions, we help our companies prepare to talk about their technology in front of Science and Technology Scouts from the DoD. So if you're interested in learning more, we do an intro session the second Wednesday of every month online. It's free, about 30 minutes, and you can register using the link here below or at gdipartners.com/webinar. So to repeat, things to do to improve your interactions with the DoD. Do your research and align your solutions to problems. Identify the resources that best meet your needs. Use a common language so people can understand the value of your technology. Share information in a familiar format. Make it easy for them to learn about you and learn about your technology solution. And actively engage with the right people. Spend the time, take the time to find out who you should talk to and then talk to them. And if you only talk to one person out of 10, but you get the right person, that's better than talking to the other 9 people who are just going to waste your time. So be thoughtful about those things. Do the things that are really going to benefit. So Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Don't do that. Don't spend your time going to the same trade shows, seeing the same people and expect something new to happen. It won't. Something different has to happen. Don't apply for funding that isn't designed to develop technology like yours or isn't a fit for your kind of organization. That's a waste of your time. It's a waste of the reviewer's time. Don't expect the folks inside the fence to speak your language or understand information shared in your preferred format. It's not going to happen. Help them help you. Make it easy for them to learn about you and understand about you. Do get engaged. Do take a chance. There is money out there. There's resources out there, and they really, really need your help. So pursue this, but pursue it in a thoughtful way. And remember that when we align solutions to problems, use a common language, share information in a known format, and actively engage with the right people, outcomes change and good things happen. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for being with me. I'm Lisa Delp from GDI Partners. I would love to talk to you more. Call me, email me, visit our website. I'm here for questions. And thanks again for being with me today.